Hey everyone, welcome back to Tasker's Barbecue Supply. Today, I'm going to be showing you how you can dry age your own steak at home. We're going to be using the UMAi Dry Bags, and we'll show you exactly how to get everything ready. Let's get started. What's up everyone? Today we're going to be showing you how you can dry age your own steaks at home. As most of you know, dry aged steaks are very sought after and very expensive. The biggest reason is they take a lot of time and a lot of effort. Now, the reason we dry age a steak is so that it will break down the proteins in the muscle, make that steak very tender and very flavorful. In most common steakhouses, dry aging a steak can double, triple, or even quadruple the price of the average steak just because of the process it takes and the value of the meat that is produced by dry aging. So instead of spending all that money, we're going to show you how you can do it at home and have your own dry aged steak experience on your own. Now the first step in this process is figuring out a way to dry age your steak at your house. Now, there are expensive units out there that can be put in a refrigerator or actually made a self-contained unit that will dry age steaks just on their own. You can just set them in the unit. But those are very costly. We're trying to do this to make it a little bit cheaper for the people to make this at home. So the way we do it is we use the UMAi Dry Bags. And you can get these on Amazon, eBay, several different places. They make different size bags for every different piece of meat that you want to put in them. Now for this ribeye, we're using the ribeye strip loin size bags. It's a perfect for these ribeye roasts. They come 3 to a package, so you can do up to 3 strip loins, ribeyes, whatever will fit in these bags. You can do up to 3 of them in one kit. We have a USDA Prime 7-pound ribeye roast that we're going to be dry aging. So the next step in the process is to get your ribeye out, make sure it's clean. Get most of the moisture off. You don't want it completely dry, but you do want to get the excess. You don't want blood or anything running everywhere. Get it ready to go. You want to make 100% sure you keep this very clean, as this is going to be sitting in the refrigerator for several days up to several months, depending on your taste. You don't want any bacteria on this. So we're going to get this cleaned up, make sure it's ready to go, and then we'll be wearing gloves, and I'll show you the process on transferring this into the bag the easiest way. Be right back. Okay, now that we've got our ribeye all cleaned up, we're ready to get started. The things you're going to need is obviously you're going to need your UMAi dry bag. You're going to need one of your cloths that come with the UMAi dry bags. You're going to need a vacuum sealer of some sort. There are ways to do this without a vacuum sealer, but this is the best method to use. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get our bag. You're going to find the opening and you're going to turn it inside out. And you're going to take that down about halfway. Now that we've got it turned inside out, you're just going to set it down and slide your ribeye roast down inside of the bag. And what this is going to do is protect the top portion of the bag from getting any of the meat on it, any bacteria, anything like that. That's where your main seal is going to be. So that's what you want to keep nice and clean. Now that we've got our bag filled up, just pull the top up. Now the next thing to do is you can trim this bag down to size. We don't want to go too close to the meat. You want to leave a nice little gap, but you don't need it all the way out if your ribeye is smaller like mine. So all you have to do is come somewhere in the middle. We'll just slice this bag cleanly across and trim off the excess. Now we're ready to start vacuum sealing. The first thing we're going to do is make a seal at a 45-degree angle on the corner of the bag. That's going to take up the wide gap. We're just going to put it on our vacuum sealer and we're just going to create a seal. We don't need to do any vacuum at this point. So we're going to hit our extended seal to make a double seal on this. We're going to hit the manual seal mode and let it seal up. Okay, our initial seal is done. Now we have not opened the lid yet. The people at UMAi recommend you double seal all of your seals. So we're going to go ahead and make sure we're on extended again and seal it one more time. Okay, our second seal is complete. Let's open this up. Now what we want to do is set it upright, and you're going to take this and actually crimple this. And just twist it around a little bit, just make some grooves in the plastic. This is a very important step because what you're actually doing is making small creases in this plastic. And that is going to allow all the air to escape when we make our next step. So now that we've got our 45 seal, we're going to take our cloth, we're going to set it down in here, and you want it just sticking out a little bit to almost even with the end of the plastic, and you're actually going to seal right over top of it. So we're going to set it down, and this time we will be doing a vacuum cycle, so you want to make sure you get centered on your vacuum. Clamp it down, again, extended seal, that's going to give us a double seal on this Cabela's vacuum sealer, and we're going to go ahead and hit our start cycle. Okay, our vacuum cycle is done, and as you can see, I was kind of just pressing in and working this meat around on the inside of here just to kind of help the vacuum chamber get everything out. It doesn't have to be perfectly tight like you wouldn't see in a normal vacuum sealer bag. It works in a little bit different process, so it's okay if it has a little bit of air still in it, but you want to get as much out as possible. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to lift my chamber up. I'm actually going to back it up just a little bit, and I'm going to seal it one more time to make sure we get a good, nice seal on this. So we're just going to hit our extended seal and manual seal mode again. All right, everyone, our last seal cycle is done. Let's open this up. And as you can see, we have our double seal across the top here, sealing through our cloth patch, and then our 45 angle seal here. Now, it's not as important for somebody who has a larger vacuum sealer like mine to do the 45. I go ahead and do it just because it makes things a little more simple, but it's mostly for people who don't have one wide enough to do the entire bag. But this is what you're going to be left with. It's not going to be a perfectly tight seal, but it is going to be pretty close. So now all we're going to do is put this in our refrigerator and let the air circulate on it so it can start to dry age. Now, one thing to remember is you want to use a refrigerator that is going to be open very often. If you're using a refrigerator that's maybe in your garage or your man cave where it doesn't get open but maybe once a week or less, you want to put this somewhere where it's going to get more fresh air, or open your refrigerator every couple days to allow some fresh air in and allow the pump and everything to circulate. You also want to make sure you get this up on some type of rack. You don't want to let the bottom of this set directly on the shelf. It needs to have airflow to be able to penetrate through this bag and dry age properly. The bottom is obviously where the most of your meat is, so you don't want to end up losing all of that with an improper dry aging procedure. We just use jerky racks like you use in your smoker or your oven to make jerky, and they work perfectly. They allow airflow circulation underneath, over top, and you really don't have to flip this or do anything with it. Alright everyone, this has been how to dry age your own steak at home with the UMAi Dry Bag system. Thanks everyone for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like our video, and feel free to comment below. We'll see you guys next time.